Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Ms. Jocelyn Del Rosario, International Referee. Second referee, Mr. Erlindo Eusebio, National Referee. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. They're led by their team captain, jersey number 2, Alyssa Valdez. At number 3, Celine Domingo. Wearing jersey number 6, Jeanette Panaga. At number 12, Julia Melissa de Guzman. Number 18, Diana May Carlos. And number 23, Jessica Margaret Galanza. Libero, number 11, Kayla Atienza. Calling on our Army Black Mamba Energy Drink. They're led by their team captain with jersey number 8, Sergeant Jovelyn Gonzaga. At number 2, Private Mary Ann Esguera. Wearing jersey number 4, Private Ivy Perez. At number 9, Private Audrey Catherine Paran. Wearing jersey number 14, Private First Class Nerissa Bautista. And at number 21, Private Jeanette Villarreal. Libero, number 10, Sergeant Angela Luna. Head coach, Staff Sergeant Emilio Kung Fu Reyes.
CREAMLINE School Snappers are fielding in their usual 6. Tots Carlos, of course. That's triumvirate of Tots Carlos with Alyssa Valdez and Gemma Galanza. And then you have Ced Domingo starting for this round. And then for the Arma Black Mamba Energy Drink Lady Troopers, we have the usual 6 also on their side of the court with their usual suspects. We'll start off this ball game with Ivy Perez serving for Army Black Mamba.
Army Lady Troopers really missing the services of Michelle Morente as Jovelyn Gonzaga starts off this set with that strong hit from the regalo.
We talked about it, Nels, off court, of course. Morente had to undergo some protocols, but she's suited up today, so we're excited to see if she'll be able to add some firepower to them.
Paran had an excellent performance also in their last game.
Very reliable hitter, of course, and Audrey Paran as reliable as Gemma Galanza in that cross-court spot.
Gemma Galanza, like we mentioned, painit nga ng painit yung laro niya habang nagpo-progress itong conference. You know, early on, we see her 10 points, 13 points, and then she went for that 23-point explosion last game.
Now, Galanza will be serving for CREAMLINE. Received by Jovelyn, they go to the opposite side to Paran. On the other side, Valdez denied by Gonzaga, but that is out. Point goes to the Blue Snappers.
Great anticipation by Gonzaga, but that spike was too strong and was angled well by Alyssa.
Sabi nga ng ibang coaches, when in doubt, check it out. Galanza continues to serve for CREAMLINE. Straight they go to Villarreal. On the other side, to Guzman, to Carlos. Again, can point down the line.
You know, it's hard to read the strategy also of Army based from their net defense. As you see, Jovelyn Gonzaga transferring left and right to block.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see how things go in this next rally. Galanza again on the serve. This time that sail's too long and too strong for the cool snappers. Let's go for inside or sap for Alex.
Army is determined and locked in to win in this must-win situation, especially it's their last game in the elimination round. Now, I got to speak to Jovelyn Gonzaga, and the Bionic Elonga told me that ever since the team has been getting a taste of victory, they are just playing more inspired and more motivated. Nararamdaman niya yung eagerness sa bawat isa, and she is commending the bench for stepping up when needed. But credit also goes to the seniors who have good records in their long careers. So it's all about coming together and doing it for one another, regardless if they are young or old here in the squad. Now let's see how the Lady Troopers will fare in this matchup against the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Well, let's see, Sam. Stepping up is really what they need to do today to guarantee themselves a slot in the semifinals. So, speaking of vintage players, Nene Bautista with this down the line hit.
Kanina napansin ko nga, it's such a good matchup kasi when you see Creamline, andyan na yung mga young veterans kung tawagin, di ba? Young at age, pero in terms of volleyball experience, matataas na rin talaga yung kanilang mga experience sa game, like Tots Carlos, even Gemma Galanza. But on the other side, you see the real veterans talaga, former national team players, SEA Games medalists, Nene Bautista, Jovelyn Gonzaga, Ging Balso Caballo. But this time, they're gonna need to lead the team even more so that younger players like Alice Guerra could take charge also for them.
No, when I got to talk to Coach of the Army Black Mamba Energy Drink Lady Troopers, they mentioned how there's that, parang passing of the baton sa kanila kasi syempre yung mga veterana ay tumatanda na din at kailangan na magbigay daan. Pero here, Alice Guerra trying to find a way there. On the other side, Tots Carlos will answer back. Popped up by Nina. Nene, cross court. Atienza was there. Free ball coming from Creamline. Reyes goes to that quick cut. Read well by Tots. Off speed for Eliza Valdez. Reverse.
Eliza Valdez starting off strong here in the first set. Efficiency and really knowing where to place the ball. It's just Eliza Valdez. Things,
Now it's Tots Carlos will be serving. She goes to her jump serve. Ooh, raising the tape of the net at Lunardo. Great kick there from Lunardo.
Seems like foot saves has been a thing so far this conference.
Ano na, with the rise of the Filipinas. Gonzaga tries to hit that off the block. They go up to Valdez to answer. Off speed again, same spot for Eliza.
You know, ito nga yung sinasabi na nag-aral talaga. They really did their homework and really knowing kung nasan yung butas itong Army Lady Troopers. We take a look at this replay of that foot save from Nuna. Hitting the barriers, but still a good ball. But Eliza Valdez is gonna get that point for the first technical timeout.
Eliza Valdez gets her third point here, and we go to this timeout by the Army Lady Troopers.
Pasok yung bola para next.
Ikaw, magsalita ka.
Yes, coach.
Bakit pagod na pagod ka? Anong ginagawa mo?
Akan yung ball.
Shuttle lang ba tayo? Wala naman tayong ginagawa. Eh, di ba? Isang balik ka ng bola, ba't yan nakakapagod? Relax ka lang muna. Wala nagsasalita sa inyo. Kita kayo dito. Kailangan yung gumagawa. Kailangan yung nagsisilip. Kailangan ng tabla. Kailangan ng defense. Magsalita kayo sa likod. Naiintindihan. Sige.
Coach Kung Fu Reyes, very direct. An isolated timeout, very specific to the players he was talking to. Nagtatanong, pagod ba?
Yeah. So the sense of urgency, and you know, that could be his way na gisingin talaga yung mga players kasi baka hindi rin mindful yung mga players na parang mas mabagal yung galaw ko than my usual. And it's really the coaches who get to see those things, and it's just a reminder for them to, you know, play their usual.
Minsan Carino Brutal, as we saw that serve from Tots. This is a hit from Jovelyn denied by Sed. Jovelyn will try again. This time read by Gia. Tots from the back row. Perez goes up to Jov. Read by Gemma. Domingo finishes things off with that quick.
Ganda nung sipag na yun ni Sen Domingo, even twisting on air. And they go to the first technical timeout.
But let's replay quickly. Very smart play there coming from Morado de Guzman and Domingo. Now we enter our first technical timeout, 8-3 in favor of CREAMLINE. Back here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center for the Premier Volleyball League 2022 Invitational Conference. Last day of the eliminations as the first game of our triple header starts with this rally between Army and CREAMLINE. Bautista denied there by Domingo. And Gonzaga gets that one off. Alaisa Valdez.
No, it's very crucial kasi when you're going up against a team as strong as CREAMLINE, you have to really play smart, and that's exactly what Jocelyn Gonzaga did on that joust against Alaisa Valdez.
Recognizing nakaposte sa kanya pero hindi nagpatinag as Gonzaga gives a free to the Coach Snatchers. This returns to a 5-point lead in favor of Team Pink. Liza Valdez will now serve for the Cool Snatchers. Straight to Nunag, Army unable to manage that last point. So far, Eliza Valdez on our unofficial tally, 3 points on the back end, 1 service ace already at the early half of our first set. Valdez continues to serve. Payan was there for the reception. They go to Bautista off the blockers. Valdez out of position on the last play.
Mga Army slowly trailing here, down by 5 points.
See the Lady Troopers cheering on the sidelines. Mende Bautista from Iloilo City will be serving. They have a 5-point deficit that they need to catch up. But it's just the first set. Straight to Tots Carlos. They go up to Domingo. Domingo's really showing up here. That's her second point here in the match.
Second emphatic point. You know, she's built that connection with Gia Morado de Guzman na ma-master nila yung zero tempo. And kahit sa part sila ng court abutan, yung sipag talaga ni Sed na pumasok, it gives good results to the Coach Masters.
Great returns there, but this time they're getting a freebie inside the Coach Masters. While Army gets their 6th point. Also si Pangs Panaga on your screen, of course. We're about to see if they have the same connection with Gia as they go for a running hit. And that's a point for Pangs.
2 points each for Domingo and Panaga. Meanwhile, for Panaga naman, dalawang drop ball na from those running sets. Celine Domingo naman, dalawang power attack na. So you would see the difference in both the games, but nonetheless, as efficient as the other.
Also very efficient production here for CREAMLINE as Carlos will try. She's denied. Gandang sungkit from Morado, but that hit goes out. Point goes to Army Black Mamba.
Lack of first action there from Galanza. You see the set was a bit far off the net.
Still a 5-point game. Army Black Mamba to serve with Ivy Perez on the line. Straight to Valdez. They go up to Galanza from the middle. Bautista was there for coverage. Jov will answer back. On the other side, they go to Tots. Finding that corner pocket.
We mentioned about playing smart against CREAMLINE, but how would you respond if it's CREAMLINE playing smart? Despite the strength that they already have, the firepower, you mentioned the trio of their wings, Eliza, Carlos, and Galanza.
All contributing significant points here. Army gets a breather there.
So far, service has been an for the full smashers in this early part of the game.
That
He's committed a couple already.
has been the challenge so far. Right now, we have a total of 3 already. Rather, yeah, 3 on services. As Bautista goes through the block there.
Combination of power and court sense. Tingnan mo yung kamay ni Carlos, well established. So talagang ginamitan ni Bautista ng lakas at ng pag-swipe to get that point for Army.
Serve now came from Tubino. They go to Panaga. One-hand dig coming from Tubino. They go to Bautista again. On the other side, CREAMLINE goes to Tots. Gia goes up to Eliza, the captain. Gets a point. Captain field violation will be called against Army. Let's look at that again.
Oh, good recovery kaya lang tumama sa palad ni Villarreal. So good call there by the referees.
Referees very sharp on their calls today as Panaga continues to serve off the tape of the net. We go up to Gonzaga through the block. Coverage is there. Tots will jump for it. On the other side, they go to Gonzaga. Popped up by Tots. Exciting rallies we have here. Valdez, that doesn't go through.
Medyo mababa na yung contact ni Eliza on that ball. Ball 4 touches.
Yun.
Ayun, masyadong pinalo through or nagbend yung elbow than her usual high contact on the ball.
Well, challenging din kasi dalawang blockers yung naka-establish sa kanya.
You'd love to see the improvement of CREAMLINE. You know, kilala natin sila ng mga power hitters, talking about Tots Carlos, Eliza and Gemma. But when you take a look at their defense, as the PVL progresses, ang ganda talaga ng development, di ba? Even Tots Carlos when it comes to defense. And Eliza also, both on reception and digs.
That has been the underrated thing in this conference. No, parang, we appreciate the first ball, of course, but grabe yung development din ng floor defense ngayon in this conference, as Mosey mentioned, as we continue this rally. They go up to Valdez, down the line, and Tubino was there, but he wasn't able to pick that one up. This brings us to a 6-point advantage for the CREAMLINE Pool Smashers as we look at that again.
Using the hands of the blockers, and Tubino not able to get to that ball as CREAMLINE leads by 6 in the second technical timeout.
We're back here in the PVL 2022 Invitational Conference. CREAMLINE versus Black Mamba Army. It is 16-10 as Tots Carlos went for that serve. Army was denied with a block from Domingo. Bautista went through the block. Domingo with a tip. They go to Gonzaga on the side of Army. Jesus for the pop-up. Tots from the back row. Ball is still alive. Now Domingo on the running this time. Read well by the block of Army.
Great veteran duo blocked there by Bautista and Balsa Caballo. Well read, well timed. Makita mo talaga yung effort ni Bautista na itapat sa kanan niya.
Talagang veteran moves na. As Gonzalez and Gutierrez enters for the Black Mamba Energy Drink Lady Troopers. Atienza was there for the reception. They go to Domingo. On the other side, Bautista again with a double jump. Said nalunod.
That's it. That ball just hitting the tip of Celine Domingo's finger. May touch pa rin, pero tapat din yung blocker, and Atienza, great effort there to cover, but not enough to get that point for CREAMLINE.
Can't do that with a veteran like being bounced in front of you as Morado goes for a dump ball, but that's read by Army. Valdez now! One of their strongest hits so far. And that marks the 6th point for Eliza out of the 14 attack points that are successful for CREAMLINE. So,
You'd love to see the strategy of Gia Morado. Talagang dinidistribute niya. Halos every game, she gives light to particular players, diba? For a time, it was Tots, and then last game, it was Gemma, and then now it's Eliza. And you'd see how efficient these spikers are. And when we talk about efficiency, Eliza Valdez on the service area, alam na natin yan, one of the heaviest servers in the league.
well, let's not forget she was a former best server. That's her 2nd ace so far. Valdez with 8 points.
Of CREAMLINE's 18, no?
Yes. So, that's almost half the output of CREAMLINE in this first set.
And half her output from their last game. Diba?
Hindi nyo mahirap eh. We've been talking about how the pins are very efficient as they go to Galanza, this time finding the end zone for CREAMLINE.
Like I keep mentioning in the coverages, yan talaga yung may hirap bantayan kasi yan naman talaga yung walang tao eh, yung mga pa-end line na, di ba? So, good strategy there from Galanza. Alam niya rin si Nunag has been very steady for Army today.
And you like the variation. Earlier, they were going sharp. Now, they're going long. As we appreciate that block earlier. And Tobino now going cross-court, popped up by CREAMLINE on the other side. Dumabaw trying to look for a check ball. No go, says the referees. Still a 5-point game here in favor of CREAMLINE. Eliza trying to clarify this last call. Look if there's a check, because that's what they're contesting. Okay, that's clear on our replay. Medyo na-late doon si Army.
Upset there by Negrito. Papasok na yung bola and she's a backline setter. So, pinilit niyang ibalik.
Dimbalse for the serve. Negrito goes to... Uy! What a hit coming from Max Panaga.
That's the kind of set she likes. They weren't able to get it the first time, but Negrito connects for the 2nd time, and it's just a very strong hit there, well angled too by Janet Panaga.
But you also appreciate with the setters of CREAMLINE, they have this tradition of being corrective setters.
Yeah,
Pag
yeah.
hindi ginawa doon first time, gagawin, susubok at susubok pa doon. Gia now serves. Straight to Bautista. They go up to Gutierrez. He got that block. Conniving there was Galanza and Panaga. Gives CREAMLINE a 6-point lead. As we look at that again, Gomez.
Look at that roof by Galanza. You'd see yung reaction agad ng kamay niya para pababain yung bola, and the Army Lady Troopers are gonna call a timeout yet again.
Reality, wala kayo sa tono, naninigas kayo. So hindi nyo nakikita yung kamay nyo, hindi nyo nakikita yung bola binablock. That's why, lusot lang lang, lusot. Or, yung nakamasama pa, mablock, target lang sa labas. Hindi nyo nakikita yung timing natin ng block.
Well, coach took for Reyes of the Army Black Mamba and his big Lady Troopers. And let's be clear with the timeout Nelsa. Wala tayo sa concert.
No.
Hindi tono ng pagkanta, pero yung pagka-in tune ng team yung pinag-uusapan niya.
Yung
Coach
system
Kuko.
nila, diba, inside the court.
Siyempre may rhythm yan, diba? So that's the last timeout of Coach Kung Fu Reyes as they're down by 6 here at the first set. And Gia Morado will be serving for CREAMLINE. Perez goes up to a running Villarreal. And violation will be called against CREAMLINE.
So, if there's anything for CREAMLINE to be mindful about, it's really their errors. course. And I believe they're all aware of it. You know, when you get to interview the players, they would always point out how they are committing a lot of errors in a game. We know that the numbers can come from them sa mga atake nila and all the points they produce. Pero it's also a big factor. You know, their errors, it kills their momentum.
So far, they've given up 8 free points. Speaking of those faults, Galanza will try again here. Perez goes up to Gonzaga. Morado was there for coverage, but that regalo for Divino was well received.
There were efforts to defend all the balls that Army had been firing at CREAMLINE. Pero this time, regalo pupunta kay Tubino and he's gonna maximize.
4-point game. 4 points for Army to catch up. CREAMLINE needs 4 to close this set out as Perez serves. Morado goes up to that spike coming from Galanza, and now Gonzaga gets called for a net touch there.
Clear violation, medyo nanggigil sa follow-through.
Now it's a 5-point game. Galanza 12 big points. They go up to Gonzaga, cross court that finds the line.
Note Sinjin that it's a first line cross-court hit by the Bionic Ilongga.
Bionic talaga.
Bionic talaga. Good angle, enough power. Nakita mo yung adjustment, bitin yung set, pero talagang nilapitan niya yung bola. Not all these spikers can do that, you know, adjust to the sets.
Carlos though with the answer back.
No need to adjust to that one. Perfect setup by Gia Morado de Guzman, and of course the execution by the MVP, Tots Carlos. Look at the elevation.
That full extension.
Oo, at yung twist at yung tupi,
Oo,
di ba?
baling-bali sa gitna ng amin. Pangs for the serve. Bautista off speed. Valdez is there. Free ball from Morado. It goes through on the other side. Villarreal denied by Domingo.
Familiarity might play a factor here as Ted Domingo single-handedly blocked her former FEU teammate. Alam na alam kung saan yung direksyon, yung diskarte.
Basang-basa na.
Oo.
And now CREAMLINE is at the set point advantage with Pangs Panaga to serve. They have 6 set points saved here. Nunag was there for the pickup. They go to Gonzaga. Red and popped up by Gemma. Off speed coming from Tots. That dive coming from Gonzaga. And the answer will come from Bautista.
Really have to commend Nene Bautista for stepping up today. Nakita niya yung effort ni Gonzaga. Si dumipensa na dun sa zone 4 kahit nasa kabilang side talaga yung area niya of responsibility of defense, diba? Pero talagang gagamitan ng paraan para makapuntos.
And that's how crucial this game is for the Army Black Mamba Energy Drink Lady Troopers as Jeanette serves straight to her former teammate and getting an ace.
The former FEU Lady Tamaraw really playing a good game against each other here.
4 set points left for CREAMLINE. Jeanette continues to serve. Popped up by Galanza. They go to Valdez. Red there by Gonzaga. Carlos, too strong, and ball will not be kept alive by Army.
See the effort of the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers until the last second to try and save that ball, but this time CREAMLINE is gonna take the first set courtesy of the Tots Carlos down the line hit.
Tots Carlos getting her 5th point here at the first set of this match. CREAMLINE finishes things off at the first set, 25-20. We're back here at the Bill Electro Oil Center as you're watching the Premier Volleyball League 2022 Invitational Conference. CREAMLINE gets set number 1, 25-20. to 20 as we look back what happened in that set. CREAMLINE took perfect control of that set. We've seen a great point outage coming from, of course, the triumvirate of CREAMLINE, Valdez, Carlos, and Galanza, contributing already 16 big points in the early part of this match, Mela.
That's right. And apart from the triumvirate na kanina pa natin binabanggit, napaka-efficient din ng kanilang middles as we saw Panaga and Domingo also chipping in some points. And of course, the MVP Tots Carlos talagang tatapusin ang set number 1 on a high note with that powerful hit.
As we look at the statistics here, Mel, on attack points, 10 big points on defensa.
That's right. And, you know, CREAMLINE just playing to their advantage. We know that they are the top attacking team in the league. Equalized doon sa block, service aces. They've also scored a few aces. Pero yung errors ng CREAMLINE ito, 9 kumpara sa 3 lang ng Army. So that's also a reason why kahit pa paano Army was able to keep close. But the good thing is, hindi naman nawala talaga yung momentum ng CREAMLINE because they back on big lead, diba, since the start of set number 1.
They were high risk, high reward, of course, being a high attacking team. But we start off the second set with a dump ball coming from Ivy Perez, getting first blood for the Army Black Mamba Energy Drink Lady Troopers. There is Private Ivy Perez. Now marks 3 excellent sets under her name. Will now be serving. Panaga getting that point off that quick. And we talk about connections, it's definitely developed here for Gia Morado and her middles.
Definitely. And I think, no, mas pinapractice din nila because, you know, in their past games, hindi naman ganitong ka well-distributed yung mga sets. Although we know Gia has her own, may sariling diskarte, and it's very intentional. But I guess the intention in this game is to really practice the plays that they would do from the foreign teams entering the league next week.
Trying to make things faster kasi syempre, we know the style of volleyball that Japan and our other Asian neighbors have. But this time, Army is taking off the lead here as they continue to get a rampage off that regalo coming from Royce Tobino. Kanina pa si Royce dyan. And you like the sense of urgency coming from the Army Lady Troopers.
That's right. And ganyan nga mga sundalo talaga, no, kapag nasusugatan, lalo lumalaban. And very evident in this game today, body language, you'd see na talagang gusto nila mag-bounce back here in the second set.
Gusto ko yun. Parang narinig ko yun dati sa UST. Pag ang tigre nasusugatan.
Yan ang mindset na laging pinapaalala ni Coach Kung Fu, lalo na Army mindset, di ba?
The tradition lives on. Of course, even here at the pros as Tots Carlos goes off the block, tying the ball game at 3-all in a Tutor Insider, Sam Corrales.
Against this Army squad, and she says that's because veterano din sila maglaro. Eliza told me that she's been noticing that they're just playing smart, not really focusing on their power but their execution. Now to counter this effort on their end, what they need to do is to showcase their net and floor defense. The captain says even if they already secured a spot in the semis, that criteria will help them see if they are indeed improving as a team. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Sam. Of course, every game matters. Every game is part of your overall performance, no matter if it has bearing or not. So great words there coming from the team captain, Eliza Valdez. But now Tobino will be serving for Army. Oh, nalunod si Seth Domingo.
Pero alam mo yung klase kasi ng play that they're trying to execute, mahirap eh. Minsan nakikita mo zero tempo talaga sila ni Celine, but this time medyo mataas, hindi maaabot. So I think that's your second attempt para dun sa ganong play.
So Gia Morado also variating her sets, but no variation there with that connection from Eliza Valdez, perfectly executing that trademark play.
Ang ganda rin ng tago niya kay Sed eh. Bigla lang siyang
Sumulpot.
lumabas nung pagkababa nung first tempo, second tempo para dun sa tres na play, di ba?
Carlos with her jump serve. Tobino on the other side. They go up to Valdez again.
Vargas is also on the floor now for Gemma.
Valdez will try again on the side of Creamline.
Look
Great
at
coverage
Nunag.
from Nunag. Gia there for that pickup. And that's going to be 4 touches against Creamline.
Nakikil ko rin talaga since kung gano'ng ka-must win ito for Army. At least the effort of everyone, kahit konti lang yung inangat ng bola, talagang they would give their best effort to save the ball, to save the rally, and to score a point. And I guess it boils down dahil nga yung mga situations and scenarios that we mentioned in the pregame, yung karamihan doon, hindi na nila kontrolado eh. Yung mangyayari
Yes.
sa second game, sa third game. This is the game that they can control. And you would see the efforts talagang reflecting, di ba, on how must
Crucial.
win
Yeah,
this
crucial
game
talaga.
is.
Well, just to be clear to our fans, if Army wins this, they'll be able to bolster themselves up to the Final Four because they'll rank 4 and 2.
That's right. But at the same time, won't affect Creamline dahil sila ay sure na for the semis.
So parang lumabas 4 wins
Oo.
to get into the semis as we appreciate that last hit coming from Creamline. Alyssa Valdez, 10 points already in this ball game, will be serving. Oh, that hits the antenna.
Again, it's the errors of Creamline. Diba? They would play to their advantage. Atake, yan talagang strong suit nila. But the errors, they have to minimize, diba? For them to get ahead in this game.
Ging Balse Pabayo on the serve. Thoughts for the overball. Perez on that hit. They go to Domingo. Great coverage on the side of Army. They go up to Vargas this time. Free ball coming from Army. Let's see how Creamline recovers. That Domingo connection again. Long rally we have here.
But that one-hand save by Gonzaga. One-hand dig. But the blockings of Creamline also gonna stop the streak that Army has been trying to do.
This now goes down to a 1-point game after that last play. Domingo will now serve for the Cool Smashers. Jovelyn was there. They go to net and she's denied by Pams Managa.
Kanina, 2 blocks sila in set number 1, but this time, 2 na agad. And we're not even on the first technical timeout. And that's a single block over Villarreal courtesy of Pams Managa.
We're now tied at 7. And Domingo will continue to serve for Creamline. Gonzaga was there. We go up to Bautista. Coverage from Carlos. Vargas with a strong hit off the shoulders of Tobino.
We'd love to see how deep and quality bench players or second stringers Creamline has, as we saw that strong hit from those Vargas heading to the first technical timeout.
Back here inside the PhilOil Eco Oil Center as Creamline continues their bout against Army. Domingo with that serve. Perez goes up to Bautista. Down the line, popped up by Domingo. Vargas will answer back. That's denied by net. Vargas will try again. That doesn't go over the net.
That was low for Vargas. Hindi niya nalapitan yung bola and she hit it straight to the net. Ayun, nasobran sa follow through at sa spin.
Serve came from Bautista. Vargas this time over the ball. On the other side, Tobino off the blockers, getting that point.
See the change in pace on the game of the Black Mamba Army Lady Troopers. Because they know the confidence that Creamline will get, diba? If they win in straight sets. So they're really challenging the defending champs right now.
Of course, on their side of the court, it's a must-win situation. worst best case scenario is to win at least 2 sets here to get an additional point and give them 10 points. Because Chocomucho, of course, the biggest point outage that they could have in this ball game is at 9 points. They can't go over 9. They're currently at 6. As Tobino gives a point again after hitting that ball straight to the net.
And to give our viewers an idea also, no, kung matatalo man ng Army dito, the best way for them to still have a chance is to lose this game in 5 sets. Because that way, they will have an advantage dahil magiging 10 points
10
yung
points
kanilang
sila.
quotient compared to the 9 points na best output ng Chocomucho in case they win today.
That's right. And yun yung mga scenarios nga that can happen. But of course, the best thing to do is win.
Yes.
That's why,
Para ano na,
para
no
sure na tayo.
arguments.
Oo.
Oo.
Wala nang contention as we see Risa Sato celebrating on the sidelines. At 10 all, Ivy Perez on the serve. Straight to Valdez. They go up to Carlos. Cross court.
Because Carlos definitely above the blockers. That was even a 2-man block by Villarreal and Gonzaga. Look at the elevation. And the speed, di ba, nung kanyang pagpalo.
Parang si Silver Surfer na. Sabi niya at free throw. 1 point lead for Creamline. Vargas to serve. That is too long.
Vargas way underneath that serve.
Tied at 11. Net will be serving for Army Black Mamba. Picked up by Kyle. You saw that hit from Tots. Net will set up Zog. Tots was there. They go up to Valdez on the other side. That goes through. Oh! Buwis buhay. Jovelyn Gonzaga dito.
Trying to get creative on saving the ball there. Nasa side na yun ng Creamline. Pero pwede pang i-save, but nonetheless, unsuccessful attempt there by Jovelyn Gonzaga.
Challenging din kasi kailangan hindi siya mag-stepping. Kailangan iwan. Pangs there for the serve. We go up to Tobino. Pangs for the pickup. And Tots Carlos gets the point off the hands of Ivy Perez.
Another thing we've been noticing on the side of Creamline, even the middle blockers have been defending well. Kanina may pinalong malakas na down the line itong si Jovelyn Gonzaga. Na-depensa ni Celine, and this time around, Pangs with that one-hand save. It's gonna contribute to that Tots Carlos point.
Back to the ball game. Jovelyn Gonzaga gets that point off the blockers.
Look at the reaction of Celine Domingo trying to avoid the collision with Alaga.
Siyempre yung momentum niya papunta na doon. Tobino with that serve. They go up to Valdez. Great pickup there coming out from Tobino. On the other side, Bautista with a sharper angle. Tied at 13.
Great showing here by Nene Bautista. And you know, when Army's really in need of points, they go to the veterans. But you also have to commend that excellent dig by Tobino. And there had been a lot of combination plays on the side of Creamline, and the Army is trying to replicate, no? Kanina pa sila din nag-attempt for combination plays, but this time, basic play to the opposite side. Jovelyn Gonzaga does a basic drop ball, and she's gonna get that 14th point to get ahead of the Creamline Gold Smashers.
It's a 1-point game, and you've been mentioning how long the rallies are becoming no mills. It's not surprising because we're with the #1 digging team, talking about Army, and of course the #3 digging team in Creamline has Eliza Valdez. And the rest of the Cool Smashers tie the ball game at 14. Let's look at this big quick coming in from Celine Domingo.
happy about that kill as we see more players from CREAMLINE seeing action here.
So MG is injected in, and of course, their setter, Kyle Negrito.
You see the confidence also, no, to think na this is a tight score between Army and CREAMLINE, but Coach Sherwin's really injecting more from his second stringers in Gumabao, Jesus, Vargas, Negrito.
And of course, that's the confidence that Coach Sherwin has with his squad as Negrito continues to serve for CREAMLINE.
You see, the quality naman of the players really responding to the call of the coach, no? And just like that, we are at our second technical timeout courtesy of the CREAMLINE Postmasters.
Back here in the PVL, the road to the PBA starts here. Tutukan ng PBA D-League Aspirants 2022 sa One Sports at PBA Rush. Gusto mo bang malaman ang latest happenings sa sports? Dito ka na tumambay sa Go-To Tambayan ng lahat. Like at follow na sa aming social media platforms at One Sports PHL. That's One Sports Philippines on all social media platforms. Back to the ball game. 1-point game again as Army got that point, but this time the answer for CREAMLINE works. Let's look at that again. That set coming from Negrito and that FEU connection with Sed Domingo works out. Captain Valdez to serve. Tobino from the back row. That's too strong to handle for CREAMLINE.
A lot of players showing up here for the Army Lady Troopers. Kanina ito si Nene Bautista really efficient with her attacks this time around. Tobino is gonna score from the back row.
Ging Balse to serve. And she finds the corner. It's a free point for Army with that. Rather, that's... Oh, wait. We're having some clarifications here. On our angle, it looked like it went in.
Yeah, it seems like it was in.
But of
Pero
course,
sa side.
oo. Siyempre, iba yung angle natin dito. As we're getting some clarifications from our first referee.
Gonna retain the call.
So we're tied at 17. Very tight ball game here. As we have another deadlock. Balse, still the same target. Valdez was there. Vargas with the answer. On the other side, Perez goes up to a back quick to Villarreal. On the other side, Gumabao through the blockers, getting her second clean point, her first on attack.
Specialty of the house, Michelle Gumabao. Great elevation, high contact. And as we know, the power hitter that she is, really coming off with that strong hit. Morente also gonna see action here for the first time.
As she goes in, and we see Sed Domingo to serve. Oh, that's an ace for Sed.
They have to make up for it dahil early on they were committing a lot of errors from the service line, and this time Army or CREAMLINE is gonna call a timeout.
Let's now go to this timeout by Coach Kung Fu
Hindi
Reyes.
naman yung dapat ini-error yung ganyan. Pambira naman. Kumukuha tayo ng advantage sa atake. Ngayon, ayaw nyo naman pasahin. Saan tayo kukuha ng advantage? Hirap na ako dumiskarte dito sa labas. Yun naman, first thing first natin, pasa. Ano naman kumukuha? Anong gagawin namin dito sa labas?
Bawi tayo. Bawi
lang.
Pambihira naman ang sabi doon ni Coach Kung Fu Reyes, because he was saying how simple that is, and they need a good reception for them to be able to set up a play here. CREAMLINE now gets a comfortable 2-point lead because this set has been extra tight. Set Domingo with 5 points, 4 on attacks, 1 and an ace will serve again. Nunag was there for the reception, and Ivy Perez finds a donut hole for the RB Black Mamba Energy Trading Tribute. Let's look at that again. Well played shot there coming from Ivy Perez. This now goes to a 1-point game in favor still of CREAMLINE. Serve coming from Bautista. Vargas. Overball coming from Valdez. On the other side, another dump set, but this time read by CREAMLINE. Dumaba with the answer off the hands of Perez. Back to a 2-point lead. White shirts now getting ahead again by 2 big points after this hit from Michelle Dumaba going off the block. And we saw how Jov Gonzaga was scudding through the floor there. Gio Morado injected back in this ball game. Will be serving for Team Good Vibes. Straight to Gonzaga. They go to a running net. And Villarreal works for an Army Black Mamba energy drink. Look at that again. Konting beaten sa set. Perfectly timed by net. Army needs 1 point to tie this set. CREAMLINE answers back with thoughts. Coverage is there. Oh, and here, Ivy Perez gets lucky. Gets a point there. This is an overreaching violation that will be called against Max Panaga. Let's look at that again. Panaga too eager on that last. 20 all. Perez on that serve, straight to Valdez. They go up to Carlos, down the line. What a hit coming from Don Carlos. To the appreciation of the CREAMLINE bench. Let's look at that again. Don Carlos with that perfect hit, picture perfect hit. Galanza will now serve for CREAMLINE, 21-20. It's a 1-point game. Perez goes up to Tubino through the blockers. What an answer from Army. We're really toe-and-toe here, partner.
You're tied at 21. And again, Sinch, makikita mo talaga how crucial this game is dahil nag-iba talaga yung pace ng galaw nitong Army. Sumasabay sila sa mga power hits ng CREAMLINE and they are producing their own. And at the same time, talagang they don't let CREAMLINE get ahead of them ng streak of points, diba? And that's what's important as well.
Gonzaga with a great block there against Valdez. Tots will try to go through. And Tots has been going to that sweet spot. Yung attack line na yan. Kanina pa tina-target ni Tots.
You have to credit as well the defense of Army. Kaya rin nagda-drop na yung mga CREAMLINE full smashers dahil ang dami rin nilang nadepensa na maganda kahit malalakas kanina.
Very resilient defense for the Lady Troopers. As Panaga will now serve for CREAMLINE. And that will be an ace. CREAMLINE now gets back that comfortable 2-point lead. And Coach Funfu will be forced to call a timeout to ice things out. Let's listen in.
Mamatay tayo dito. Itaas nyo lang yung bola nyo dyan sa gitna. Kasi malakas, mataligo kayo. Isang pasalan kasi pwede tayo umatake sa wing eh. Namamatayan tayo ng ganung bola. Hindi kasi, ang hirap kasi i-recover naman sa totoo naman. Yung target 6 lang natin, kung hindi kayang i-perfect pass, hindi naman tayo humingi ng perfect pass eh. Yung ba isa-set lang natin, pero okay na tayo doon.
Okay, sa ako yung
Tara, tara!
Team! Sa
Coach Kung Fu Reyes is not looking for a perfect pass. What he's looking for is mayangat lang yung bola and for them to be able to convert that play. As we see Tots Carlos and Bangs Managa on your screens earlier. Their squad is up by 2 points with Managa on the service deck. Straight to Nunag. They go up to Balse. That's an open hit, but it doesn't cross. So CREAMLINE now gets 3 set point advantages here at the second set. As we see on that replay, Bangs Managa continues to serve for CREAMLINE. Straight to Ging. They go up to Gonzaga. That's read by the blockers of CREAMLINE. Ging will try again, this time acting like an open hitter. Galanza from the back row. They go to Gonzaga. And Army stays alive here. They save 2 more set points. Let's see. As we look at that again.
See that attack. Jovelyn Gonzaga really gave her all on that one.
Almost like a back quick with that connection with Ivy Perez. And now it's CREAMLINE's turn to call time. So let's listen to Coach Sherwin.
Girls, receive 1 tayo. B3. Receive 1. B3. Oh. Basta lamang dito ang receive. Rest line. Sorry ka. Let's go, let's go.
Yay! CREAMLINE!
Coach Sherwin Meneses trying to ice things out on the side of the Pool Smashers. Noticing that Army is starting to string up some points as we see the management of Ribisco, of course, in the house. Sir Jonathan Nang with the rest of the Ribisco management supporting the Cool Smashers, of course. And that closes things off. CREAMLINE winning set number 2, 25-22. As we look at this again, Jovelyn Gonzaga unable to get that ball across, giving a 3-point lead to the Cool Smashers. We'll be back here at the PVL. Volleyball action continues here at the Premier Volleyball League Invitational Conference. CREAMLINE with 2 sets up here and trying to lessen the chances of the Army Black Mamba Energy Drink Lady Troopers to enter the semis. If we look back at set number 2 though, Army was showing a better game, showing a better performance, tying things with CREAMLINE up to the 20th point mark. Then after the 20th point mark, CREAMLINE was able to pull away and the rest has become history with that 3-point advantage, ending set number 2, 25-22.
And again, we've seen the confidence of Coach Sherwin in the team as a whole, diba? He was fielding in a lot of second stringers as well, but at the same time, it doesn't change the effect. They also got that set 25-22, and yung attack nila mas bumaba kumpara doon sa pag kinakita nila nung first set. But nonetheless, bumawi naman sa blocks and sa service aces. They were able to minimize their errors by about 2 points, but still, they gathered enough points to get ahead of the Army Lady Troopers.
So far, the Army Lady Troopers is starting to find their way through the jigsaw puzzle that is the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. But let's see how the third set will unfold. Will CREAMLINE close this out, or will Army keep things alive here as the Gonzaga and Bautista, and now Panaga on their names? These are the characters that will answer our big question for this afternoon na Mels.
Mahaba-haba pa ang ating hapon at if this game is exciting,
The next
mas
games
exciting
will
pa.
be as or even more exciting. Diba?
Kasi mas nandun yung anticipation eh. No, whatever the result of this first game is, yung anticipation talaga nandun sa mga susunod pang games before we finally find out who's gonna advance to the next round.
Medyo consequential. Of course, if Army and PLDT both win in the first two outings today, the third game will be somewhat non-bearing anymore to our semis slots. First point was drawn here by CREAMLINE. They give up a free ball. Perez now goes up to Ging. Tots was there for coverage. Free ball coming from Valdez. Perez taking things to her own hands. We're tied at 1. Let's do that again. We also like that anticipation coming from Ivy Perez, recognizing that her spikers are kind of struggling at medyo binabasa na ng CREAMLINE defense. So she'll take things to her own hands. But here comes Panaga getting another point here off a runner. So Pangs Panaga really showing up here in the third set. She tallies her 5th attack point, 6th overall in points. Pangs to serve. Tobino from the pipe. That's off for Ato de Guzman. They're tied at 2. Of course, the bench of Army is still very deep as Ging serves. They go up to Tots. Perez was there. Tobino will set up Gonzaga, but that is blocked by the one and only Nino Malaisa Valdez and Selena Domingo. Actually go courtside with Sam Corrales.
The Army squad knows that they should not focus on the game of the opponent, but rather focus on what they can still bring to the table. Now, during the huddle before the set even started, Coach Kung Fu gave a wake-up call to the squads, asking them to communicate more and try not to have their errors hurting them like that last few moments in the past set. Now, para sa isang veterano like Nene Bautista, kailangan nila magtulungan on the court and communicate more. Their teamwork goes back to their days in the barracks, kaya naman they have breakfast together and really have the same routine. It's all about bringing it out here in this do-or-die game. Back to you.
Thank you, Sam. And while you were saying that, what a point there coming from the Cool Smashers with a press play. But Sam, you pointed out a great point there that Army has also this culture of being a band or a group, like a troop. Kaya nga Lady Troopers, diba? Kasi nga syempre sabay-sabay sila sa barracks and all the bonding also will come into play here as they're up by 3 points, talking about the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers after Tots Carlos gets that off the block.
And take note sila kasi yung may core na pinakamatagal na nagsasama, di ba?
Pinapanood pa natin po noon, Mels.
And that culture na in the early years of the
rise of volleyball.
Yes, the rise of volleyball, they've always been in the championship and they've carried that kasi even when the time passed by, nag-iiba na yung mga players, mas marami na dumadagdag na mas bata sa mga ibang teams. They still kept that culture na kahit anong mangyari, lalaban sila. And that's what we're seeing here. We know they're going up against a stronger team in CREAMLINE, on paper. But hindi natin napapansin kasi yung performance nila, they're really trying to keep close to the defending champ.
There's legacy and tradition, of course, as we saw with that Joe Bunag regalo on the last play. But this time, CREAMLINE answers back and recovers quickly, maintaining their 3-point lead. Let's look at that hit again, coming from Seth Domingo, going off the block this time. Still, the tempo that Mela has been mentioning with Gia Morado. Valdez on the serve, straight to Ninag and the Perez scrambles. This now becomes a 4-point lead.
Again, ito yung nangyari nung first set, kaya medyo malaki yung disparity in that set compared to the second set was because Army was, letting CREAMLINE talagang make streak of points. And one thing that they did good in the second set is hindi nila hinayaan na lumamang ng malaki. Kaya, yung confidence din nila na gumalaw at mag-produce ng points nandun din kasi hindi pa sila down na ay, malaki na yung lamang ng CREAMLINE.
Tulad ka na sa akin nila sa to, they're trying to recover, of course. They may be down by 3 here, but it's not yet the end. Malayo pa tayo doon. Kinaliwa ni Domingo. Free ball coming from Army. They go to Galanza this time, off the blockers. Perez goes up to Villarreal. On the other side, Galanza will answer. Sharp crosscourt coming from Gemma.
And I think the fans here in the arena would agree na iba talaga yung tunog ng palo ni Gemma Galanza. Nandyan yung angle, nandyan yung power. And it's gonna bring them to the first technical timeout here in the third set.
We're back here at the Premier Volleyball League as we go on to our last member of our panel. Of course, that's our fans. Let's go to the tweets. Who will be the difference maker in today's game? First off, let's hear from Master Vic Doncic. The difference maker in today's game will be no other than the reigning MVP Tots Carlos. Army is a good defending team and it is up to Tots to outsmart the power of the diggers and blockers of Army in order for CREAMLINE to win. And we're seeing a long rally here with a lot of digs as Valdez gets that from the back row. And on cue is our tweet here coming from Anthony Jane Makapagal. I think it's the pinakalas sa Valdez. She's not the leading scorer in the last game, but I think she will contribute more on this game. Well, so far in this game, she is the leading scorer at 14 points. And meanwhile, on the last tweet, the difference maker for today's game will be the Phenom, and in Black Mamba, it will be Jovelyn Gonzaga. Grabe ang labanan na ito. Grabe nga naman.
Labanan ng puso and leadership.
Yes,
Those are the best things that they're known for.
At ang tapatan iba din because Eliza already has 14 under her name. Jov has 8. So, great productions for both the star players of these squads. But this time, CREAMLINE is showing to be a better producer here. They have a 6-point lead here. That's why Army will be calling time. Let's listen to Coach Kung Fu Reyes.
Ganyan ka lang, body language ko eh. Konsak din ang body language natin eh. Tulong-tulungan nyo habang andyan pa tayo sa loob ng court. Paglabas natin, sabihin niya sayang. Ay, hindi naman tayo ganyan mag-ensayo eh. Mawawala ulit. Habang may chance pa, itama yung mga mali. Yung kulang dagdagan. Yun ang kailangan natin, dagdagan natin. I-level up pa natin kasi nakakadikit nga tayo. Kaya huwag nyo iwanan. Ilaban nyo lang ulit ang ilaban ha. Body language tayo guys.
Coach Kung Fu Reyes reminding the Lady Troopers what this is all about. It's about heart, it's about fighting this till the end. Ayaw niya yung lalabas sila ng court na naghihinayang sila. That's why they need to stay in this fight and stay alive. Seth Domingo will now serve with 8 big points under her belt. And she gets her 9th point courtesy of an ace. Here. Coach Kung Fu, even with that mask, looks very unhappy. Coach Morente, of course, on the sidelines, still looking out for her squad. set continues to serve. Straight to Gonzaga. They go up to Tubino this time. Army gets a break. Gets a point. This trips down to a 6-point disadvantage for the Winter Troopers as we see this Tubino hit out. Going through the blockers right in between the seam of Panaga and Morado. Esguerra. Private and Esguerra with a serve. They go up to Galanza on CREAMLINE and she gets a point for the Cool Snappers.
Good target there by Gemma Galanza. Masyadong naka-attract yung defender nitong Black Mamba Army and Lady Troopers, and just enough to really land the ball right where there's no one to defend it.
Morado with a 7-point lead. Serves. Gonzaga from the back row off speed, and the CREAMLINE is left stunned there.
It was supposed to be Banks who got the ball dahil hindi siya nag-block. Patras siya, but ayan, inasa niya sa libero, and there was miscommunication on who was gonna get that ball, and good eye and good strategy as well from Gonzaga.
Pa-transition pa lang yung CREAMLINE eh. But here, magandang power from the Cool Snappers. Gemma Galanza with a bottom play. Let's look at that again. There you go.
Good elevation. Kanina kay Tots Carlos natin nakita, pero ang bilis pinalo ni Gemma Galanza and going for that in between the hands of the blockers.
Finding the perfect sweet spot right on the middle of the court of Army. Gemma now serves. On attack points, 9 points for CREAMLINE, 5 on Army for this set as Jabuna finds the line with a flash down the line hit. Ivy Perez will now serve for Army. She has 9 excellent sets already in this ball game. Short serve straight to Valdez. They go up to Carlos from the middle. That goes through Ging Balse.
Yung pagkalunod ng blockers nandun na. Kasi iba na talaga yung pagsunod kay Tots Carlos every time she goes up for the jump. And then last second, he's gonna switch to a drop ball. Still as effective as her power spikes, diba?
Bangs now, 6 points with that serve. Ging will answer back and gets the point. Pinitayano.
And mapapansin mo yung pattern from Nene Bautista hanggang kay Balse na talagang paswipe yung mga puntas nila.
Umaangling.
Oo.
Serve coming from Ging. That's over-received. The Esguerra takes advantage with that gift.
Acknowledgement there from Esguerra. Wala rin sabay sa kanya sa net, so that was an easy point for her.
So far on the side of Army, it's 9 points for Gonzaga, 7 for Tubino, and 6 for Bautista as Valdez marks her 15th point here in this ball game. What an outing here for the Fino.
Enough lead, para makapagpasok ulit ng more players itong si Coach Sherwin. And they would need their team intact, diba? From the first stringers to the second stringers going into the next round. Dahil iba rin ang scouting pagdating sa semifinals. And it's best na ready lahat, diba? At nagkaroon ng playing time lahat before heading to that bigger level of the game.
You want everyone, of course, to be ready because we don't know. It's a very quick season. Pumikit ka lang, hindi mo na alam kung ano mangyari. As Jovelyn Gonzaga will not make us miss that off to hit the chin. Great adjustment here. Recognize niya na mababa na yung contact. So, pinalobo. Staff Sergeant Jo Bunag will be serving. She's been the spark plug so far for Coach Kung Fu. Valdez from the opposite side. That's saved from Kyla, but
good effort there.
Great effort there from CREAMLINE. This trims down to a 4-point disadvantage for Army. They're slowly catching up here. Jabunag to serve. Valdez was there. They go to Gumabaw. Straight to Nunag. They go up to Tobino, off speed. Gumabaw was there for coverage. Valdez from the opposite side. Read by Jov. Quick from Esguerra. Works.
Have to credit that point to Ivy Perez as well, really recognizing na kailangan nila pabilisin yung atake in that sequence. And Anis Guerra just responding to the call.
This now goes down to a 3-point lead for Creamline. Now make that 2-point lead for Creamline now.
Masyado mababa para kay Celine Domingo. That was a good reception though from Kyla Atienza, but they weren't able to convert.
Army Black Mamba now stringing up some points while Jo Bunag is on the service deck and she continues to serve. Negrito goes up to Bumabaw. Nunag was there. On the other side, Tobino will answer. Atienza was there. Gumabaw again. Straight to Jo Bunag. They go to an off tip coming from Jog. Free ball from Creamline. They go to Esguerra, and Esguerra keeping Army alive here and closing the gap. That's her third point for the Lady Troopers. Coach Rude will now call timeout. Let's listen in.
Wala, okay lang kayo. Receive lang tayo ulit. Masyado, may receive eh. Kung saan mo gusto, 1 or 2 ba? Ha? Importante kung nahabol. Importante makakapuntos tayo ngayon. Ha? Spacing lang tayo, Kyle. Spacing lang. Hindi isa sa kanya, hindi isa sa kanya, hindi isa sa kanya. Pwedeng ulitin. Ha, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go! Hey, Creamline!
Coach Sherwin recognizing that Army has started to string up some points. And it's a 7-1 run for the Lady Troopers. Army just needs 1 point to catch up. Imagine that 7 straight points coming from Army. Negrito goes up to Valdez, trying to recover. The Creamline Cool Smashers, they regain a 2-point lead here. It's 16-14 in favor of the Cool Smashers. Volleyball action continues here at your Saturday triple header. Creamline versus Army, opening things up here. Creamline up by 2 sets and up by 2 points, making it 1 point after Tobino gets that off the block kill.
Tobino turns this down to a 1-point ball game. So far for Army, this has been what's working for them. No? Yung talagang they use the hands of the blockers to get their points. Compared to what Creamline has been doing, talagang combination plays, and the power hits just like that. And Michelle Gumabaw was gonna get that point from an off-the-block hit.
Powerful was that hit coming from Michelle Gumabaw. But you also like how Alyssa Valdez and the rest of the squad was trying, ano ba,
Talaga,
papasok ba ito?
when in doubt, dapat sundan mo rin talaga eh.
Siyempre.
And you know, you don't often see that kind of check, no, na parang
Oo.
palabas sa end line yung talsik.
Bihira na natin makita yun. So, this time, Tobino tries again. This time, she gets the point off the block.
Again, it's the same effective strategy for them using the hands of the blockers. And that's not easy to do against Gumabaw and Panagra. Both best blockers at their own right.
This is back to 1-point game here. So, we're seeing a similar situation as the second set, Mela. But this was, as I say, that Creamline gets a freebie, so this is back to a 2-point game. But we're seeing it na lumalapit na dito yung Army. No?
You see the sense of urgency talaga from them.
Again, it's a very important match because if Army wins this game and they still have a chance, they automatically outright make it to the semis. So far, it's just Creamline and Signal who's sure, as we see the better half of Gia Morado de Guzman, Miguel de Guzman. who was very active taking pictures here
Oo.
in the arena.
Sabi ko nga baka pwedeng picturean niya rin ako. Sabi ko. But you know, the photos he takes really echo the quality of the games, di ba? Na kino-cover niya. Speaking of quality, on point there, Gemma Galanza with yet another powerful hit. This time going cross-court and not even Nuna could get to that.
Quality minutes for Gemma. She already tallied her 9th point with that hit. As Gia with that serve. Tobino answers back. Popped up by Elodis, who's on the other side. What an answer coming from Tots Carlos.
It's just a joy to watch, you know, the exchange from power hit to Bino to Carlos, and Creamline is gonna get this point as they are down by 5 to seal this game against Army.
Let's go to Coach Kung Fu Reyes for this timeout.
Wala, ayaw matuto nung kasama natin.
Akin na ate, bawin ako.
Wala na, momentum na tayo kanina eh. Ando na tayo. Sabihin na lang ulit natin sa block.
Tsaga ulit.
Hindi na lang natin, compensate natin yung ano. Hindi ko na maintindihan eh.
Ang nananalo ang nagtsatsaga. Let's go. Di ba naman pa sa dati?
Pag nakakuha kayo ng momentum mo, break.
What a quote there coming from Jovelyn Gonzaga. Ang nananalo, nagtsatsaga. And that's what they need to do in this ball game to extend this and possibly get this set. They're down by 4. They've caught up earlier with a 7-1 run. Morado with the serve. Morado gets an ace there. That is Gia's second point in this match. And this
Second point on top of her already 20 excellent sets.
is a normal day at the office. On attack percentages in this ball game, Tots Carlos 48%. Gabby Mills, 1 out of 2 ang nagiging kill. We saw Tobino with that hit. Galanza will answer back off the hands of Gonzaga. Creamline seems to be very fired up after the second technical timeout.
It does how Gemma Galanza had mastered all her angles, no? Talagang, even when she's facing right, she could bring it down the line, and with a good defender like Jovelyn Gonzaga, she couldn't even get to that one. Just enough spin. At kitang-kita palagi yung butas, whether it's in between the hands of 2 blockers or just the side of the arms ng kanyang mga blockers.
A very smart player. Pao Soriano injected here in this ball game. Gia Morado continues to serve. 2 points, 22 excellent sets lang naman. Gonzalez going to Tobino, but that doesn't cross.
This was just a 2-point lead earlier, di ba? Sabi nga natin, pag pumikit ka, ganito na yung mga nangyayari.
Bawal kumurap
Oo,
eh.
bawal kumurap. And just like that, Creamline is 2 points away from,
Getting win number 5.
that's right.
Moriente will try. On the other side, the Guzman goes to Pao Soriano. Tobino will answer. Ella was there for the dig. Galanza finishes things off through the block and gets match point.
Here's the thing with Gemma, hindi nga siya natatakot kahit tapat na tapat sa kanya yung blocker. Talagang her strategy is kahit may nakatapat, papaluin niya ng mabilis para habang malayo pa yung kamay sa net, kahit nakatapat, kaya niyang palusutin, di ba?
Hindi pa nasasayado or
Oo.
napapayungan. It's a 9-2 run and make that a 10-2 run, which brings the Creamline Pool Smashers win number 5 in straight sets and makes everything more exciting for all our volleyball fans in the next 2 games coming up next.
I think this just gives more reason for the fans to stay tuned para sa mga susunod pang laro, the second and third game. Dahil dyan natin malalaman ang kapalaran talaga ng Army and the other 2 teams, PLDT and Chocomucho, who are still vying for that semifinal slot.
So far, Army is still alive. You will find out in the next 2 games kung paano magugulo ang standings at kakarambola yan. But this time, Creamline finishes things off in 3 straight sets, 25-20, 25-22, and 25-16. They close off their elimination round with a straight set win and getting 5-1 win-loss record. So congratulations to the Cool Smashers who make an outright semis berth. And now, let's go to discussing our player of the game. And who did we choose, Mela, of course? She's been in her libero era in her past few games, but this time, she's back to her MVP form. Let's talk about Eliza Valdez. 15 big points in this match, 12 on attack, 1 block, and 2 aces.
That's right, an all-around performance by Eliza Valdez, and we've seen how efficient she was since the start of set number 1 all throughout hanggang set number 3, and with that consistency, she definitely deserves the POG awards today.
And speaking of Eliza Valdez, let's go courtside with Sam Corrales, who's with live. Sam?
Joining me now is Eliza Valdez and friends, of course, the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. Congratulations sa inyo. Unang-una, Eliza, nag-uusap tayo before the game. Sabi mo, mahaba-haba tong game na to against this veteran Army squad, but you did it in 3 sets. Ano nag-work for you and the rest of the squad?
Everyone really played well from the bench to the starters, and grabe yung strategy na ginawa ni Coach. Medyo okay lang naman kami. We were just really playing our best, and we're very motivated in today's game.
And speaking of the bench, what does this say about the chemistry, the teamwork among the CREAMLINE squad?
Parang okay naman chemistry. Okay. We were very ayan. So, given this, we're very happy, but I think we have a lot of things to improve on going to the semifinals.
Of course, we've got foreign teams coming in pa, but for now, may mga gusto ka bang batiin, say thank you as we end the elimination round.
Tita B! Hi to my family in Batangas. Hello! Happy birthday, Tita B! I love you! Happy birthday, Lori! Ako sa stage, Tita T, Tita Tinel! Hi to my mommy, Donna! Guys, follow mo yun, Kumo! Hello sa lola ko!
Okay, that's it for CREAMLINE squad. Maraming salamat. Really feel the energy. Back to our panel for today.
Thank you so much, Sam, for that very, very lively to underscore everything.
Talagang good vibes pati yung POG interview.
Lively interview, no? But, of course, we can't close this match without talking about the third set. Let's look back at that third set and how CREAMLINE won that. At the end of the second technical timeout, we saw Army being very close, but at the tail end, biglang bumulusok tong CREAMLINE, and they fired away till the end of that third set, winning it with a 9-point lead.
That's right. So we actually saw a mix of set 1 and set 2 dito sa set 3 kasi nung una umabante na yung CREAMLINE in the early part of the set number 3, pero biglang humikit sila, and Army was able to keep close to their attack. You know, Sabino and Dortmund Gonzaga really combining for the efforts para makapuntos itong Army. But yun nga, sabi mo, towards the tail end, talagang umabante na ang CREAMLINE. Also with the errors of the Army Lady Troopers.
And talking about that set, let's look at the statistics. We saw a very clean set, 4 and 2 lang sa errors. Very grabe yung output nitong CREAMLINE at ng Army.
Ito talaga yung gustong abangan ng CREAMLINE fans, you know, the Cool Smashers having just 2 errors in a set. Pero yung Army din, you have to commend them kasi from kanina, 8 lang yung atake nila kumpara sa 18 ng CREAMLINE in the first set. Ngayon, mas nakaabante rin sila with 13 compared to 17 of CREAMLINE.
However, yung service aces din, medyo napalakas dito for the Cool Smashers. Of course, coming up next, at 2:30 p.m., we're going to expect another exciting match as it will decide the fate of the PLDT high-speed hitters who are going up against the Signal HP Spikers who have a guaranteed semi-berth already. So, catch that here only on your favorite channels. On behalf of my partner, Carmela Tunay, and of course, our segment host, Sam Corrales, this has been Sinjan Reyes thanking you for joining us here at the Premier Volleyball League 2022 Invitational Conference, the heart of volleyball.